Welcome back to the series 101 Reasons to Forgive. We are on day 58 and we are happy that you have been with us to this day. Continue staying with us. Remember, we're going for 101 Reasons to Forgive. The 50th reason for forgiving is forgiveness demonstrates alliance with higher spiritual values. Forgiveness demonstrates alliance with higher spiritual values. Someone once told me that I should never think of what I would need to forgive before I have reason to forgive that experience. Let me say this again. Someone once told me to stay away from saying what I will be able to forgive until I have come to the point where I need to forgive that experience. I thought of myself as someone who had the capacity to forgive any and everything. Because of my spiritual convictions, I thought, well, why should I live in hatred? Why should I live in resentment? Why should I harbor hurt over anything anyone has done to me? Why should I give anyone a reason to see me as an unforgiving person? So I thought that I was not pleased when my friend said so to me. I've lived long after that time to discover that it was a word duly spoken, a word relevantly spoken. The opportunity to forgive at whatever time it comes, whenever it comes, is going to challenge everything we have thought about ourselves. It is going to challenge the value system which we thought we had and the importance of that value system as well. Forgiveness is going to challenge how compassionate we are, how merciful we are, how kind we are to ourselves and to others. Forgiveness is going to challenge how willing we are to give of ourselves to others, for others. Forgiveness is going to challenge whether we spent time learning those values that our parents once taught us or thought they taught us. Forgiveness is going to challenge those spiritual convictions that we thought we had. Forgiveness is going to challenge the times we spent praying about the things that we need in our life, the spiritual elevation that we sought, and the maturity that we are aiming to achieve. Forgiveness is going to do that. Why and how? Well, let's deal with the why first. Because until you have been through something that requires the demonstration of a particular skill or a particular strength, particular degree of strength, you don't know that you have it. Theory can be anything. We always theorize everything in our lives. Words can come together to convey any meaning, to conjure anything that we'd like to say. However, the application of it is what really demonstrates how much that thing has taken hold of our lives. The opportunity to forgive is going to demonstrate how well aligned we are with our spiritual values and how in tuned we are with ourselves. Therefore, when I come across an opportunity to forgive, I always take time to figure out, is that the one you've been waiting for, or is that the one you thought that would come? Do you think you're able to handle this one? Because you said that you're spiritual. How do we handle it when it comes? Our why is going to motivate how we handle it. Why do I see myself as a spiritual individual? It is because the values that motivate my life, that drive my life, are values that are spiritual and not values that are physical or just existential, just being for being. When that happens, when I have conducted an assessment, when I have done an assessment of why it is important for me to forgive, how I forgive is left to my relationship with God. And I apply that spiritual consciousness not to how others will perceive me, but how beneficial it is to my connection, my alignment, my spiritual alignment, for me to carry out, demonstrate, express, extend forgiveness. So forgiveness demonstrates how aligned we are with other higher spiritual values. What are your spiritual values? With what are you aligned? Emotionally, we can say anything when nothing matters. Behaviorally, we can modify what we do to impress anyone we wish to impress. We simply need to know who we need to impress so we can do what we need to impress, who we need to impress. But there is that inner value system that we cannot impress because it requires a particular caliber of demonstration, a particular value system, and that value system is one that is attuned to spiritual maturity. That spiritual maturity does not come without that spiritual relationship. That spiritual relationship does not come without the alignment with divinity. How important is that? It is the foundation upon which forgiveness is built. Therefore, let me encourage you to find out, make an assessment of where you are spiritually, and find out how aligned you are with other spiritual values, and see whether the lack of alignment in one area motivates unforgiveness in your life. It does not take much to be unforgiven. It takes a lot to be forgiven. The benefits of forgiving far outweigh the disadvantages of unforgiveness. Affirm with me today that you will assess your need for a higher spiritual value system that includes forgiveness. Thank you for coming on day 58. I will see you again on day 59.